Okay, so this one is going to be about perception and how a lot of you, a lot of people, will let other people's perception of them absolutely rule them without fully knowing the actual perception of them. What I mean by this is people let losers rule their lives. I mean that in quite a literal sense. Let's just say you wanted to start a fucking YouTube channel, for example, or start posting fitness shit on Instagram, or start TikTok. The reason why 99% of people will not do those things is not because they're not entertaining, it's not because they're not smart enough, and it's not because they wouldn't give views, it's because they are simply scared of losers from school, from their social circle, from their town, laughing at them. And it's funny to me because how the fuck can you want exceptional things from life if you're not willing to do exceptional things? I don't think the posting online is specifically exceptional. But what I mean is that it can lead to something exceptional. And the thing is, most people know it. So, like, FIFA YouTubers, for example, it's not a cool thing to do. It's not, you know, you're never going to be seen as the coolest guy on earth. But some people will also make fun of it. And there's some people like myself who will see the vision and see how exceptional that person actually is in terms of, they're more social, they're more intelligent, and they have a lot more fucking money. These successful FIFA, Minecraft fucking YouTubers, I wouldn't do it personally. And maybe that's a bit hypocritical because this is about perception, but I wouldn't do that personally. However, the fact that they are willing to do that and not care about people's perception is the reason they are successful. It's not because it's a hard job. It's not because it's difficult. It's not because it's out of anyone's reach. Because no one else will do that. And it's fascinating to me, the fact that people won't start a business, people won't quit their 9 to 5, people won't go out in the street and do fucking street interviews, go up to girls, whatever, because of perception. And we focus so much on how people perceive us. And I'm not saying that it's not important. I think that the way that you carry yourself and the way that other people see that you carry yourself is extremely important. But what I don't think is that you should live your life just following pointless rules that other people have drawn out for you. You only get one, once it's done, it's done. And genuinely, the things that you don't do are the things that you will regret the most. And that's 100% a fact. It's not even like, oh, maybe you regret, you won't regret whatever. No, you will regret things that you have not done rather or over things that you have. So if you took a gamble and you started a business and you got into 100k of debt, that pain of that loss of 100k of debt will never be more painful than you thinking for the rest of your life that you are too much of a pussy to take that risk. And the thing is that off the back of that loss, you would have learned. So not only have you gained experience, but you also don't have the regret factor. And the type of people who will happily live their lives on regret, not taking that opportunity, not going traveling, not doing this, not doing that, because they need to start a job, they need to follow the rules, they need to stay within the social parameters that are for some reason set out, and no one actually really cares. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm never really in like my hometown. I probably don't know who I am from just random kids in this video, but I travel a lot. I have a business. I run an online business. I post videos online, and the only people that I come across, people that think that what I do is sick, and the reason being is because they all want to do it. They're just too scared to do it. That's a fact. And maybe there's some that aren't too scared to do it. Maybe there's some that genuinely want an alternative path, but those that do and they're happy with them themselves will also be happy for me and also see they're sick. No one worth anything will judge you. Hate only comes from below. Only ever. Fucking PewDiePie will never laugh at you for starting your first YouTube video. Jeff Bezos is never going to laugh at you for starting a fucking business. The only people that will laugh at you are people that are below you, people that don't want to see you succeed in that thing. That's a fact. So the main point being, and in fact, that was a bit clickbait because no one really actually laughed at me because I've always been that guy that doesn't really give a fuck. Um, what other people's perceptions are. However, that's a lie. I do care what other people's perceptions are, but it's the way that I want to be perceived, not in the actions that I take. So, you can start business, you can start posting online, but there's ways to do it. I can never be one of those guys who act like an idiot in the street or game, for example. That's no judgment to people that do, but it's just not something that I would want people to perceive me as. Whereas I can happily post online, teaching business, um, you know, just being myself, making jokes that are probably too harsh to be on the internet, but I don't give a fuck anyway. That's what I mean by don't give a fuck. Stop caring what other people think about what you do with your life, and you'll be a million times happier. So enjoy.